situated. Bear with me, anybody that's tuning in right now. I'm just getting everything situated. Sorry about that delay. Just let me get everything situated here. All right, cool. Let's go. Hold on 1 second. Damn. Hit the number one spot. What's up, guys? Just bear with me 1 second. What up, Samantha? Let's see. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's right. Trying to talk about some detox tonight. What up, Mike Jones? What's popping? Just give me a second, you guys, to bring in my co-host. Just give me a second to bring in my co-host. I'm rolling something up. Got a couple different news topics. That's how I really want to start to break down this show. I want to break it down like a hip-hop review show, basically with the hottest topics from hip-hop news in the past week. You know, basically going over like the 6 or 7 biggest hip-hop news stories. Let me get my co-host Ryan B in here. Appreciate everybody tuning back in. Let's get some people up in here, man. Let's get some motherfuckers up in here. I'm just breaking down a Dutch right now. Well, I'm breaking up some bud right now. About to get a Dutch going. Okay, let's get this thing going. You guys, appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. It's your boy Mikey T, the movie star. We got a couple different topics I want to start covering in a variety of topics. I want to start giving you guys some different news. You know what I mean? What do we got on deck? We have Dr. Dre is out of the hospital. Is he working on Detox? About to roll something. You dig? Let's go. Let's get some people in here. I'm about to roll something up. Where's everybody at tonight, man? What's everybody smoking tonight? What's going on? Dropped a couple dope. I dropped a dope interview today. Everybody's loving it. New interview that I did with Ab Lava and Spado. That shit is killing it right now. New interview with Ab Lava and Spado is out right now. Ryan B.
Yo. On time.
Unmute yourself, Ryan.
You don't hear me?
You are on mute.
Oh, shit. You hear me now?
No. Okay, Ryan is going to settle his technical difficulties. Ryan is going to settle his technical difficulties, and we're going to get him back on in a second to discuss a bunch of different topics. You know, one of the major topics being that YFN Lucci should be coming home in a matter of time. YFN Lucci should be coming home, you guys. If you guys remember the information that I read yesterday, if you remember the information that I actually read yesterday, what's up, Ryan?
What's good, bro? You hear me?
No.
The fuck, bro?
If you guys remember what I read yesterday, it actually indicated that YFN Lucci, being the type of case that he's involved in, being the stature of his case, he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait to get put into a different county in order to get his bail. You know what I mean? He's going to have to wait to go before a different judge in order to get his bail determined. And that's where we're at with it right now in YFN Lucci's case.
Yo.
Ryan.
Yo.
Nope, your sound is messed up, Ryan.
You can't hear me at all? Nothing?
No, cannot hear you whatsoever. Turn your phone off and log back in. Sometimes it's just a simple thing of turning your phone back off. Yo, B. Hayes, Thomas, what's going on, man? We're going to talk about a variety of topics. I know a lot of you probably saw my new interview. Actually with Ablava and Spado. Brownsville, Brooklyn in the building. That's what's up. Okay, Ryan's going to get his stuff situated. Veta Loop, what's popping? How you doing tonight? Just waiting for some people to get in here. You know what I mean? Before we start going over all the news tonight. But I just want to say, with Lil Wayne in your corner, how long are you really going to be in jail for? Like, come on. This whole thing with YFN Lucci, I got a feeling that it's going to get... No, I know 119 Ed. I know 19 Ed that you can't hear him. That's why I told him to turn off his joint and come back on with it. You know, if we're looking at this situation with YFN Lucci, Lil Wayne is in his corner. He was dating. He had a serious relationship with Lil Wayne's daughter. So with Lil Wayne in your corner, how long do you think he's really going to be locked up for? This guy's going to have the best attorneys who are going to be able to explain the situation. But I've got some stuff I'm going to read to you guys tonight. We're going to go over it in depth. You know what I mean? YFN Lucci should be on his way home because, as you guys heard me read the other day, they're waiting just a few weeks so they can determine a bail, or if he's even going to get a bail in this case. Right now, he needs to be transported or something in regard to that. They need to get him where he needs to be in order to face the charges. And once they do get him there, once he does get situated, I imagine he'll be out of jail. I imagine he'll be sat up in a mansion with a good lawyer able to fight this case. Yep, he will get probation, B. Hayes says. He will get probation for this case. Possibly. He might have to do some time for this case. I mean, he is technically involved with something that resulted in a murder. You know what I mean? If they can really prove that he was even there. If they can prove that he was actually there. You know what I mean? If they can prove he was actually there, which I hope he wasn't. I really hope he wasn't there on that scene of that crime, because why should he be there? This is a guy who, as we just said, he's dating Lil Wayne's daughter. He's dating the $1 million kid's daughter. I mean, the $1 billion kid's daughter, excuse me. Also, he has an amazing career on his own. You know, YFN Lucci had an amazing career on his own. Ron Sims says they know too much. Ron Sims says they know too much. Yeah, man, you're right in regard to that. You're right in regard to that. They do know a lot, but let me tell you, can they prove that he was there? Was he really there? My instinct says no. My instinct says he wasn't there, but maybe they're already admitting to it. Maybe they're already admitting to it in this case. I just got a message from Majestic. When keeping it real goes wrong, 100%. I mean, if you're a major rapper, who's actually, doing things with his career and you're able to make money on a consistent basis, you have nothing to prove to anybody. You don't have to prove nothing to anybody, you guys. Prisons are filled for a reason. Big facts. Okay, somebody's telling, well, we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see about that, if somebody's telling in the case, or if it's a matter of surveillance, like if there were surveillance cameras on the street that actually caught YFN Lucci in the car, in the vehicle, or say if there were rental receipts, like if they had rented the vehicles that were used. You know what I mean? If they actually rented the vehicles and then the cops get that information, or if they, you know what I mean? Or if it's proven that he was just there at that time, like if he had a flight, that put him back in there or whatever, they're going to do their investigation to put this thing to get together. No, but Rob, listen, I'm not saying dating Lil Wayne's daughter is going to give him pull in the courts, but dating Lil Wayne's daughter is going to put the best lawyer in the court for him. You know what I'm saying? Yep, James Prince, that looks exactly what they're trying to do. That is exactly what they're trying to do in this case. They're trying to put it all on YFN Lucci, you know what I mean? Because he's the big celebrity that's involved with the case. They're trying to slap him down, you know what I mean? They're not trying to give him a slap on the wrist, which hopefully this results in a slap on the wrist, because, you know what I mean, ultimately it didn't really involve him, you know what I mean? Because I don't think he went there with that demeanor. Ron Sims says they know piece by piece. They ain't grab him for no reason. He is the big name. Exactly. He's the big name involved in this case, which makes him the ultimate fish to fry. That makes him the ultimate guy to fry in this case, y'all. Let me see. So we got some information on Dr. Dre, though. That's a positive thing in the world of hip-hop. Dr. Dre is out of the hospital. You know what I mean? That's a major thing right now, you guys. Kurt, we're going to get to that as well. Little Durk actually denouncing Asian Doll a little bit. You know what I mean? A couple things that I saw on Death of the Clout Chaser, but ultimately it was on a public platform and it was in front of the world's eyes. But yeah, just give me a second. Sharing out this link right now. Everybody in the chat, do that as well. Share out this link so we can get the people in here tonight. We're going to keep it real. They're going to charge him. Oh, man, it's crazy to think that YFN Lucci this is where I was actually going with this. It's crazy to think that YFN Lucci is going to catch these ultimate charges, you know what I mean, after, keeping his nose clean for several years. It's crazy to think that they're really going to slap him down with the worst of the worst in these charges, but ultimately it could lead to I'd say probably like 5 years in jail if he hopefully doesn't get off on house arrest, but he will be on house arrest for a while. Like I said, he's going to be up at a mansion, sitting up a crib in, you know what I mean, in this whole case. Zach Boy says he is the big fish. Yeah, he is ultimately the big fish, but in a different regard. You see, in a case that would actually be getting investigated, where they would want the big fish, he would be like, the big fish would ultimately be like a supplier or somebody who was out there really causing harm to people. I don't look at YFN Lucci as the type of person that was causing harm to people. This guy was out there making tons of money. And you know what I mean? He had businesses. He was keeping people employed. He was taking care of his family, I'm sure. You know what I mean? YFN Lucci is no joke. You know what I mean? If somebody can put that much money in their teeth Just imagine what they do for their own family. I don't know how much of an example they can make out of YFN Lucci over this after it gets argued in court with very good lawyers and after the story gets explained. I don't know how much of a big deal they can really make out of this. A big deal. They're not going to slap him with 20 years. You know what I mean? First of all, it's all alleged that he was even there. I don't think who's saying that he was actually there. I'm just keeping it real on that night. Cookies and milk. No, Constantine. It is cereal milk. Hashtag that. Wiz's new project, cereal milk. He's going to have to snitch on himself and his crew and other crews and shit he know about to get out of this. Whoo. Saying that he's going to have to snitch. Well, let me welcome my guy. I want to welcome my dude.
Yeah.
Majestic, damn.
My dude.
Yo, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
It must just be the stream. It must just be the stream.
I'll come right back. Hold on.
No, I think it's just the stream, man. Because I had the same issues with Ryan earlier. But yeah, no, I was just talking about that shit. So Dr. Dre is out of the hospital. That's dope. Dre is out of the hospital. Let me I got an article here that Entertainment Weekly actually posted on Dr. Dre. Okay, let me give Ryan another chance. Ryan. Nah, I think it's just the stream, Ryan. Yeah, I think it. Derek, can you guys hear Ryan B? Yo, Ryan. Ryan, turn your mute off. Your mute's on. Oh. Can't unmute. Their mic isn't connected. Damn, it was me. It was me because I had the shit on Ryan. Majestic.
Yo.
All right, I had the shit on thing, but I think Ryan's thing is still off.
Turn it. Yeah, tell him turn his thing on.
Their mic.
Yeah, there you go. Dang.
No, Ryan, your mic isn't connected.
I had to close out of mine because my stuff been on since last night.
Nah, I think it was me on my end, man, because I had the computer on mute, actually.
What's up, my brother?
They say, majestically here. B. Hayes, I appreciate you, man. You made me realize that. He was like, nah, Mikey, it's you. And then I realized because on my computer screen, it has like a digital log. And it's a little bit tricky to deal with, man. But Majestic, I want to welcome you to the show, man.
My brother.
Appreciate you for tapping in, dude. You know, we're actually talking about some positive things today. Right now, we're talking about YFN Lucci having a glimmer of hope. Lil Wayne's daughter said he will be home soon.
Yeah. That's what we want to hear.
And Majestic, I had to say this, man. When you got somebody like Lil Wayne's family in your corner, you know you got a chance. You know you got an ultimate.
Yeah, let's hope that's what it is,
Yeah, facts. I think that the homie YFN Lucci will be out in no time, sitting back at a mansion, enjoying himself. But let me read this article right here that we got. YFN Lucci is coming home. Regina Carter says. This is from Black Sports Online. So I'm going to read this article right now for everybody tuning in. Appreciate you all. Regina Carter says YFN Lucci will be home soon, regardless of him being denied bond in homicide. Rapper YFN Lucci is probably not coming home, no matter if his fans believe it. Regina Carter believes he'll be home and wrote it on her Instagram post. He's in good spirits, she says. Wow, this website actually they have a lot of their personal views that I'm not going to read on here. But yeah, man, Lil Wayne's daughter is in high spirits. She's saying even though his bond was denied, he will be home eventually. You got to imagine. All right, Ryan's back in here. Ryan.
Yo, you hear me?
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay.
My man.
Here we go. In the building.
What's up, Ryan B, bro?
What's
Robert.
good, fellas?
Man, we good. How you doing?
So they say Wayne is about to go to jail. They're saying that Wayne is about to go to jail, but I don't think that really impacts the fact that Wayne is going to put the best criminal defense attorney with YFN Lucci if his daughter asks him to.
Right.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in the house.
There's a lot of money in that house, Ryan.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Real legal fees ain't no joke.
Ryan, you just tuned in, but I was just reading an article that was basically saying that Lil Wayne's daughter said, regardless of the fact that YFN Lucci has been denied bond, he's going to come home on bail. Zach Boy on here says she is young and never been through nothing like this. Do you think she's just talking, Ryan, or do you think that money's going to talk?
Shit, it's a possibility, man. That money got to talk at the end of the day. Not for nothing. I mean, if she's going to ask her dad, the money got to come from somewhere. For real. But he's going through his own problems, wasn't it? Didn't he want to get pardoned from Trump?
Right. Maybe he did because he pleaded guilty to his charges of possessing the golden gun on a jet. You know. What up, Miss Chocolate? What up, Miss Chocolate? Appreciate you for tapping in.
What's up, Miss Chocolate?
Well, yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? Do you think if they bring this case to a bail of like $10 million, is that something Lil Wayne can cover?
You know, it honestly depends if the wrong or not. Because if they got the money, then you probably wouldn't even really need to, like, you know what I'm saying? I would just sit and then take it to trial if you feel like you could beat it. But if you don't feel like you could beat it and you need to come home to tie up some loose ends, you gotta have to pay that bail.
Ooh, you talking about going to trial?
So it's all really about levering the defense.
Yeah,
facts.
That's true. But Ryan, do you think that at the point that hip hop is right now, do you think that it'd be smart to taking stuff to trial as an artist?
Man, listen, I would want I mean, it's a double-edged sword, man, because it's like going to jail, you know what I mean? That's for the birds, man. You're not gonna make no money while you locked up. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got something popping like right, and you high profile. But at the same time, you can't pay for better publicity. It's all over the blogs. Everybody knows your name. Even if they didn't know who you was, they know who you are now. So I mean, it's really, I mean, you gotta level that out. But what, he's facing a murder, right?
They're saying YFN is facing a murder. He's facing several felony charges, man.
Damn.
But like you said, you know, it's the fact that if they believe he's innocent, you know what I mean? A lot of people would rather not be sitting in jail when they know that they're innocent, though. It's a lot easier to prove you're innocent probably when you're out of jail. I mean, look at little Boosie's case. Boosie had to sit in jail for 5 or 6 years, you know, to prove, and he proved he was innocent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But one of the guys here, Majestic, as a father, Majestic is a father here, and I'm going to ask you. One of our viewers says, I don't see Wayne spending money on a case for a dude who is piping his daughter. Majestic, do you agree with that or totally disagree with that?
Well, first off, if Wayne feels like he's the right person for his daughter, you know, it's okay for him to back her. I mean, I know, you know, my daughter only 10, but when she get older, if she finds someone that I think is a great match for her, of course, you go to bat for people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the person that's going to protect your child when you're not around. So why not? I mean, Ryan, I'm sure you'll do it too.
Yeah, I got to agree with what you said. Yeah, definitely.
Rob Dollar, Majestic, response to you. He says, I'm not bailing no man out of jail because he giving my daughter the dick.
Well, it's no. Well, it depends on. Okay, this the thing. If I find out that he's going to look for trouble, see, that's different. You know, you going out there, you messing around doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. Now you putting my child's life in danger as well. I'm not bailing you out. But if it was one of those situations where you end up at a situation at the wrong place at the wrong time, I don't mind helping. You know what I'm saying? That other stuff is personal.
Right. I just wanted you to address that as a father to our audience, Majestic. 4K TV actually says, I can't totally agree with that. I have 2 daughters, and they are going to like men when they get older. So that's why I just wanted to have you tap in on that, Majestic, just to give the real perspective, you know, being the father out of the 3 of us. All right, we got 65 people in here, Majestic. I'm going to need you to give us a circle of wealth.
The circle of wealth. Bum, ba, bum, bang.
All right, so right here, we were earlier talking about YFN Lucci. How could he come home? What type of circumstance would he come home under? Would it be house arrest? Would he get probation in this case? B. Hayes here says the NBA young boy got probation for his involvement in a drive-by shooting. Just saying. Okay.
That's because money talk. Money talk.
Like I said, there was a case here in Connecticut where there was a couple kids that they were a lookout in this case that became a murder, and they looked out. They were looking out, like watching everything happen, and they each got 5 years. You know what I mean? So that's why I said YFN could potentially get something like 5 years in jail. Obviously, he's going to have a 10 times the lawyer as some poor kid in Connecticut had, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. What's up? Cat's in the building. Cat's in the building.
What up, Cat?
Salute.
Yep. In response to what you were saying, Majestic, Ron Sims says he's been putting her in danger because he's still sliding.
So that's to let you know. And I wouldn't bail him out. I'm sorry.
No, come on. I mean, I think this guy, if I was in this position, you know, and there was a guy like YFN Lucci dating my daughter, I would have thought he would have made a turn for the better, you know, seeing the type of guy releasing videos, doing shows. You know what I mean?
But you never know, though, man, because it's just like what y'all was talking about earlier, that clout chasing, that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you at that level, you know what I'm saying? You got people underneath you trying to prove that you real, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really got it? Are you really about what you rapping about? You know what I mean? That could eat somebody alive and make you act out of character just trying to prove something to somebody. So, you know, it's a heavy, what did it say? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's true.
Scrap Bird says, I hope Lucci make it out of his situation. Too much money out here to prove that you still a gangster in these streets. Yeah. In all honesty, Wayne is up there. He knows what's going on. He would have been shut that down if he was no good for her. Boom. Facts right there. That's what I think. That's what I think too. They're trying to make this gang related. Well, as more news pops up about that, I'll be sure to update you. He should have made a better choice. He made that bed. Yeah, sometimes it happens like that, Ryan. You know, like it's just one decision that you can make that could really affect everything.
Yeah.
That's true. That's exactly what happened to Lucci. Bro, the man car got shot up a while back. She's been in danger. I wouldn't bail nobody out. I'm sorry. If that's the case, you know.
So if she came back and she was like, if you were like, yo, what happened with Lucci, honey? And she's like, oh, his car got shot up last week. His car got shot up last week. What would you say, Majestic?
Well, that's between him and his car. You stay out of it. I'm serious.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, what did you say? Rich Green says, say that again, Ryan. Real talk, RBH.
Oh, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
That's true.
Truth, man.
Yeah.
I agree with Miss Chocolate here, though. I agree with Miss Chocolate because she says Wayne can't shut down anything between them. If she wants to be with him, she will. I agree with that, Majestic. Like, that's one of the things I thought.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. I just wouldn't bond them out.
Right. Like, if she wants to be with YFN Lucci, she's going to go be with him.
Right,
like,
right.
Can't really stop it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Yep. But we got some other. Let me see what's going on with Ryan. Ryan, get you. All right. Ryan got his stream right here. So let's go. We're gonna talk about Dr. Dre now, you guys. Though.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think about this, man? You know, Dr. Dre seems to have made an amazing recovery. You know, he's out of the hospital at this point. He's out of the ICU after the brain.
Sheesh.
Apparently, he spent a week in there.
Wow.
Yep.
So well, Ryan, all right.
Yeah, Ryan just is going to get his stream fixed up right now. But I'm about to bring up this article from Dr. Dre. Newsweek had reported Dr. Dre is looking good after returning home from the hospital. And this was said by Ice-T. Ice-T made a post about this. So Dr. Dre is looking good after he returned home following a treatment for a reported brain aneurysm in the hospital. His friend and fellow rapper Ice-T has said. Rapper and producer Dre, who is 55, was taken to Cedars Medical Center in Los Angeles, California earlier this month. On Friday, Ice-T, who stars on Law & Order Special Victims Unit, said that he had spoken to Dre over a FaceTime following his release from the hospital. Ice-T said, update, just FaceTime with Dr. Dre. He just made it home safe and looking good.
Well, that's a blessing right there.
Facts,
I mean, the man was dealing with a lot already, especially with ex-wife? Sheesh.
Well, they're still going through the divorce proceedings, I believe. But Ryan, thanks for tapping back in, man. Did you want to share your thoughts on what you thought when you saw the picture of Dre surface in the studio back with the DOC, back with the doc?
Yo, first and foremost, man, let's just thank God. Let's just thank God he's home. Thank God, you know what I'm saying? He's still under watch, but you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be home from a brain aneurysm, but then to see you in the studio, you know what I mean? And then you announce Detox, like, bro, what did they do to you in there? You know what I mean? They made you a whole new you. You know what I mean? Came out the hospital with some whole new energy. That's beautiful, man. That's what life will do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Probably being in that. I mean, he's going through a lot though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Between, you know, the divorce with his wife, his proteges beefing with each other. You know what I'm saying? People after his money, all that. You know what I mean? Then to come out of that situation and then to want to get back in the studio and like finish working on your legacy. That's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dr. Dre, man. And he was with the DOC and a couple other producers in there, man. That's incredible, man. Like that's a beautiful sight.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, we got somebody in the chat. Eric Reed, I know him. What's up, homie? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show, man.
Eric Reed said, good, bro? Good. Eric Reed said, glad he is good health-wise, and prenup was the best thing that ever happened to that man. I actually heard a report that while Dre was in the ICU that he just decided to sign off on what his wife said. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I believe I read it on Media Takeout. But, you know, sometimes when you're in a situation like that in the hospital, well, I should say a lot of the times you make these decisions. You're like, you know what? That's what this person wants. I'm going to give them what they want, especially if I'm able to give them what they want. You know what I mean? In this case with Detox, this is what the people want. I've wanted it for several years. Maybe we are going to get Detox.
Yeah, but you know what? Do you think that he made that decision based off the fact that when he went in the hospital, not knowing if you were going to come out on top, you know what I'm saying? And you like, you know what? Let me go ahead and think about this. I could lose my life right now. You know, do you think that he thought of it like that?
Yeah, you know, when you have a life experience like that, you're just like thinking about all of the things that you could have done, all of the things that you wish you had done. You know, I'm sure Dre wishes he had the the Detox album out probably in 2010.
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
okay.
thank God he a billionaire, you know?
No, that's what I mean in regard to that.
Right.
You know, he's a billionaire, you say? So what does that mean?
I think he is. I think he's a billionaire.
So what does that mean? He could literally afford to give somebody $2 million
Yeah,
a month?
it wouldn't. Look, Miss Chocolate even said that $2 million a month wasn't gonna hurt him. It wasn't gonna hurt him.
Hold on, Majestic. Hold on. You're worth $1 billion. That means you can afford to give somebody $2 million a month?
No. I'm just talking trash, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's just like he a billionaire. So at the end of the day, it's like he can afford to do whatever he want to do. You know what I'm saying? He can come back out on top. You know, thank God he made it through that.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, cat trying to be seen.
1 second, you guys. Okay, we got Ryan back in here. Ryan, I was just asking the question about Dre potentially giving his wife $2 million a month. Do you think, Dre being a billionaire, would it hurt to give somebody $2 million a month?
Bro, 2 million is 2 million.
Yeah. No matter how you look at it.
Either way. How?
That is a herder.
Yeah. I was reading
a couple Detox out.
Yeah, I was reading 50 Cent's book, and when he was talking about selling the mansion, he was just like, even Bill Gates won't want to be paying what I'm paying monthly for the upkeep. You know what I'm saying? Like, does the water got to be running all the time? Does the heat or the AC got to be doing something? Like, why the grass always got to be cut? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For real.
Crazy. 50 was expecting to make a major flip. You know what I mean? He was expecting to make a major flip off of that house, but he ended up selling it for right about the same price that he bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Tremel Johnson, thank you for that $1.99 super chat, super sticker, whatever. Appreciate it. Everybody that wants to support the channel, you guys can Cash App Mikey T Movie though. Anybody wants to support the channel. But yeah, so Detox, the Detox album, Ryan, when you got sent out of when you had to go fix your joint, you were talking about the Detox album. And in all reality, I think Dre would have liked to release that album back in what would you have said, 2007, 2010?
Probably even before then, man. That album should have dropped probably 03, 04, if anything, to follow up behind the Chronic. You know what I mean? That's when they really started talking about it.
Yeah.
But whatever, I'll wait for greatness, because the man's a perfectionist. I don't know if you guys read the article with Akon. We was talking about working with Dre. Akon said it. He was just like, yo, that man is sitting on some hits, on some bangers. But homeboy's just a perfectionist, man. He's too much of a perfectionist to the point where he don't want to put nothing out. Michael Jackson was the same way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Don't let nothing slide. Like, and not for nothing. Okay, I love Dr. Dre, I do. But after listening to the Compton soundtrack, I see why. Because like, it was easier to put out an NWA soundtrack just being Dr. Dre versus something where you're trying to live up to this legacy of following up the Chronic and the Chronic 2001. So it's like, it ain't that, but it could be this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So do you think that he holding on to that music for a specific time?
If he hasn't already given away a lot of those tracks, because like I heard a lot of the tracks he was doing for other people, he would give them the tracks he was going to use for Detox. Obi Trice's I got some teeth. What's the second single Obi Trice had off the second album with Nate Dogg?
I know what you're talking about.
Was it Snitch with Akon?
No, he said Nate Dogg.
Oh, no, Nate Dogg.
Yeah, he said Nate Dogg. He talking about
You Don't Know.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Like I heard that beat was actually supposed to be on Detox, and that beat was snacking.
That was actually the setup. No, you're right, Ryan. That was actually called the setup.
The setup.
That's what it was.
And that beat was slamming, so you can only imagine if that was on Dr. Dre's. You know what I mean? Yep. Obi had a couple joints off of there. He had another track where it was him, Dr. Dre, and Eminem. What you gonna do when shit hits the fan? Are you gonna stand and fight like a man? Will you be as hard as you say you are? Or are you gonna run and get your bodyguard? That shit was fire too.
That was a few years after the 2001 album for sure. Yep.
So and the fact that Dre had a full verse on it.
Yep. Yep, that could have been one of them tracks on the Detox. All right, but everyone, we're about to bring in a special guest. She's been pretty vibrant in the chat. Pretty lively in the chat, you guys. I'm about to have to make her an official mod. Let's bring in Kat.
Yo!
Woo, woo! Yay!
Welcome.
Kat, what is popping? Hold on, let me get her. Kat, you gotta connect your mic. Kat's gonna connect her mic, and we're gonna bring her in. I'm gonna have to make Kat a moderator. Okay. 4Carat TV says
I'm busy.
We should be patient. It will be his last album. He has to break records or get his music. Yep. I mean, I feel that last part. You know, because if it don't live up to that hype, then woo, you know how the internet is.
All right, let me bring Kat back in here. Damn, Kat.
What up?
Kat, and you need to unmute your mic or connect your mic in general, and you'll be good to go. Then we can. Okay, Fonzo95 commented for the first time, and he said, "Hey, beautiful." That's the first comment, you guys.
Hey, it's okay, as long as he said something.
Finally, we've been waiting. Yo, Ryan, look what I got my hands on.
Wow. Russian cream?
Yeah.
I thought that was a meme. I didn't know that was real.
Yeah. Hey, Kat, Kat. No, we can't hear you, Kat. Turn your thing off and come back on.
Yeah, just do the whole reset. That's what I had to do.
Okay, Kat's gonna be situated. Damn.
Fonzo shot that shot, huh?
Right.
Ryan, I wanted to get your reaction to this 4Carat TV. He said, "Nah, I think we should be patient. It will be his last album. It has to break records or his music legacy will be ruined." Let me add to that, Ryan, though. Is it his last album, or is this a refreshed Dr. Dre who could potentially put out all of this music that is in the vault?
I think it's about time he opened up the vault. Personally, I already know there's bangers in there. You heard it from 50. You heard it from Dipset. You heard it from Jay-Z. You heard it from M. Everybody who's been in and out of the studio working on Detox. You know what I'm saying? Everybody already said Dre was sitting on some bangers. And Snoop and DOC and a lot of the people that are already in this camp. They've already confirmed that, man. You just need to open that up, fine-tooth it, do what it do, man.
Yep. I agree.
I don't know what the holdup is, but hey, perfection is perfection, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Ryan. I think Dre could have a whole new level of investment right now. I got a feeling we could see old records. You know what I mean? Re-released, potentially old beats, anything. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna bring Kat back in. Let's see if her thing is working. Her thing is not working, Kat. I guess we're gonna have to make your official Kat. I think it was just working. You just had it.
It looks like your mic.
It looks like you got her. Do you got her muted or she got it muted herself?
Nah, her mic. They chose you. All right, you got to unmute yourself.
Unmute your mic. There you go.
Here we go. Kat,
say something.
We still can't hear. No. All right, Majestic. I know you got to run. I appreciate you tapping in, but yo, you know, Majestic, I can't have you leave without serenading us out, my brother. I'm gonna need you to serenade us out of here, my brother.
Do what you need. Do you need the circle of wealth? Do you need what you need?
you need to sing something before you leave.
Oh man, since we was on a positive note, man, we're gonna keep it, hip hop and say, back in the days, hip hop was good, but it ain't good anymore. But some days I wish I can bring back Tupac again. Back in the days, hip hop was good, but it ain't good anymore. But some days I wish I can bring Biggie back again. Back in the days, hip hop was good, but it ain't good anymore. But some days I wish I can bring Easy back again. Hey man, I love everybody, man. God bless, and everybody enjoy yourselves, man.
All right, Majestic, man.
Peace, bro.
The circle of wealth, brother.
The circle of wealth. bang.
Spirit fingers.
Man, I appreciate that guy right there. Majestic, man. Really coming heavy from St. Louis, Ryan.
For sure. For sure. A lot of road trips.
Man, I'll tell you, it was crazy. It was crazy when we was in the studio with Reek the Villain. When we was in the studio with Reek the Villain, and he had told Majestic, yo, Majestic, the first guy that ever showed me love was actually Nelly. And you know, Nelly, Saint Lunatics, you know what I mean? Majestic telling Reek he's from St. Louis. They just clicked automatically. You remember there, you were actually in the studio with us.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. Beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Everyone's saying goodbye to Majestic. Yeah, that's right, man. We actually got a couple records with Reek the Villain and Majestic we're going to be releasing. But Ryan, what are you working on right now, man? I know you've been unapologetically hilarious on your Facebook and your Instagram, any social media that you really use. What are you working on so everyone can get you?
Actually working on the album Unapologetic, man. Sorry Not Sorry. Coming soon, man. Shout out to the Orchard / Sony. You know what I mean? Shout out my management team, Mikey T, the movie star. You know what I mean? It's coming though, man. It's coming. It was supposed to actually drop last February, but COVID, man. I don't really see the point being out here moving around with the music if I can't do no shows. You know what I mean? Like 1 million streams is only $1,000. I can't quit my day job with that. You know what I'm saying? But we can make that in a weekend doing shows. So now that the vaccine's out and the vaccine's starting to circulate a little bit, hopefully more things are going to start opening up. And once that happens, we already got some visuals ready to come. I just shot one visual a few weeks ago. Shot one back like back in July, you know, pool party theme video. Yeah, I mean, we coming full force, man. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Okay. My boy right here, GTA Sixers 215 says, I got the Black Russian backwoods. Grow some hair on your chest.
Nasty ass backwoods. Your chest burning. Your chest be burning. You're gonna need the asthma pump.
Ryan, why does somebody who smoke a backwood assumes that puts some hair on your chest?
I guess listen, man, I ain't with it, man. When it comes to putting tobacco in my shit, when it comes to backwoods, all that rough shit be fucking up the back of your throat. Bro, if I'm gonna smoke some bud, I want to taste the bud. I don't need no tobacco. I got Newports for that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just one or the other. I don't like mixing. I'm one of them kind of dudes where I like ice cream and I like cake. I don't like my ice cream and cake together. No. You know what I'm saying? It's too harsh for me, man. I can't handle. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't handle. Papers all day for me. But if I was gonna smoke, it would be a Dutch Master. What you got?
I actually was gonna pick up some papers earlier, but I just didn't want to stop. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, man, I really respect that you decided to delay your project with everything that's happening right now, because obviously you can't promote it the way you want to promote it. You can't travel the way you want to travel right now, touch the people you want to touch. You know, but also it's just the thing of being able to perform, that being taken away from you. Like I told everybody the other day when I first connected with Brian B, and he was performing in the top clubs in New Haven, Connecticut. You know what I mean? Ryan was performing at Toad's Place in a bunch of different clubs, always on a weekly basis. Kat, how you feeling?
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Bonzo had said,
how you guys doing?
Did you have to turn your Bluetooth off?
Yeah, I had to turn it off.
Boom.
Yeah.
Do something over there because you got it so I can hear myself for some reason.
You can still hear yourself?
I can hear me coming out of your end.
Okay.
But anyway, so Kat, let everybody know where you're from. Kat, let everybody know where you're from, what your name is, and spit some bars. I was about to hit her with that, Ryan. You know.
Lit.
Ryan, we got 70 people in here right now. So Ryan, I'm gonna have to put you on the spot. I want to hear some bars. Let me put you on the spot. This ain't a time to Macarena, Ryan. Shut your mouth and listen.
All right, let's get it. Yo. Trapping, always been a lawbreaker, no capping, always been a jawbreaker. Transactions till I get more acres, no handouts, giving out no flavors, no chasers. I don't like no flavors, just backwards. Give me them raw papers. Better check on your girl's bad behavior. I'ma give her back cause I'm no savior. Non-fiction, always been a real nigga, hanging out on the corner with them drug dealers, on the streets, moved around on the cold killers. Keep my eyes on the prize, fuck gold diggers. To the cops call, taking on all y'all. Grew up mixing ramen with some hot dog. Learned the game in the streets till my mom called. Them days might have stumbled, I did not fall. I'm a thought quitter, lead them hoes bitter. I'm a flow kicker, Elm City spitter. Extendo attached to the one hitter. Show the waitress love, I'm a big tipper. Look at these haters, they hating again. I hit it twice, then I tell her we friends. I don't follow trends on the shit like the pins. So don't we pretend like the slip won't extend. Checking the clinics, I'm sick with the pen. These suckers mimic the gimmicks to win. Change up the image, surviving the scrimmage, but these imitations ain't in it to win. Give me that bag, fuck up a check. Copy the swag, fuck your respect. They really ticking like it got Tourette's. I'm the shit now, fuck who got next.
All right, Ryan. Thank you. So we got Kat back in here. So Kat, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know where you're from and what you do.
So I'm Kat. I'm originally from New York, and I now live in Orlando, Florida, and I am 39 years old.
Sunshine Kat. State, okay.
She lives in Orlando. Okay, that's a dope place to live. I actually used to live in Hollywood, Florida. Yep.
Good times. Good times.
So
now, Kat, don't ask me to rap.
No, you missed it. I was just about to.
Okay.
I do want to know your top 5 rappers, your top 5 favorite rappers of all time. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I did tell you last night.
I'm gonna have to say Biggie, Pac, Nas, Nipsey Hussle. I can go on. Big Pun. That's about it for now that I can think of.
Was Big Pun number 5?
Big Pun would be number 5, yes.
Yep. That's a dope top 5 right there.
Yeah.
So what's your top 3 rappers right now, though?
The most I listen to right now, I'm gonna have to say Nipsey Hussle.
Yep.
Nipsey Hussle. A little bit of Pac too. And then again, I kind of switch over to TLC, with Lisa Left Eye Lopez. I love her rapping.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I want to put her in my top 5, but people be clowning me because it's like she ain't never put out no album. She only did like a quick 16 here and there. I'm like, nah, but she's still up there though. Like she got some of the tightest verses ever. Or whatever.
Right.
Hey, what do I know? What do I know? All I'm saying is if that album would have came out under Death Row, it would have been serious. The rap album, El Nina or La Nina, whatever her name was supposed to be. Yup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been serious.
Right.
If she got to release that album with Death Row, man, that shit would have been serious.
Telling you.
Kat, how did you feel about TLC when they continued without Lisa, though? When they had some.
I would have to say it was a bit sad because, like I said, I saw when the week of the awards was giving, they were airing out, and they came on stage at some point. They had to, they had to basically tell the world that Lisa was no longer with them. So it was kind of like emotional. I was still on an emotional ride with them. I mean, you felt the emotions was coming out. You just felt it right through the television. You know what I mean? It was heavy. It was like a heavy presence.
Yeah, it was unreal.
It was very heavy because when you're so used to watching somebody that's been singing almost all her life, and then to now have it that she's no longer here, there's no other way to put it, but you would have to just kind of just move on without that person. I mean, life goes on.
So she was your favorite.
It's hard, but life goes on.
She was your favorite in the group? Pretty
much. She did her thing. Did her thing, just her being alive and doing what she could do, doing what she could accomplish in life. I mean, she did what she had to do. It was just it was just gravely, unexpected that the way she passed and how things just came about. You
Yeah,
know.
for real, crazy. Kat, on the topic of Dr. Dre, what was your memorable Dr. Dre moment that what's the moment of Dr. Dre that always comes to your mind when you think about Dre?
Oh my God, Dr. Dre. I'm gonna have to go back to the old Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg days. So the video, I forgot the name of the video, but they were together. The very, very first two videos that they did together when they first came out.
One,
So I'm gonna have to
two,
say that would be it.
Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at your dope, ready to make an
That
entrance.
one, yeah.
Ryan, what would you say it was for you? What's your moment of Dr. Dre that always stands out in your mind?
Friday. It's always Friday. Friday. All right. Not only was the movie so iconic, but it had that iconic soundtrack. Yeah. What up? It's Dr. Dre. The party going on. Thank God it's Friday. Now, every Friday I get in my whip on my way to work. That's what I listen to. That's the number one song. Followed by Ice Cube's Oh Yeah, Throw the Neighborhood in the Air. It ain't a real Friday. I can't even start my Fridays off without listening to that. So I would definitely say keep the heads ringing. Keep the heads ringing by Dr. Dre.
That's crazy. And I
You
definitely
remember the music video?
I definitely what music video are you talking about?
The Friday one where they had the whole cast of Friday, had like Chris Tucker, rest in peace, Debo. I think John Witherspoon might have been in there too. And like they hijacked the plane, and then Dr. Dre put on a whole concert on the plane. Bruh.
Oh, I didn't get to see that one.
Yeah, YouTube that one when you get a chance. Chris Tucker cussing out the pilot.
Yeah. I'm definitely remembering that now. That's actually when they could get Chris Tucker before he charged $20 million.
Right.
True. Kat, I appreciate you joining us tonight. We're gonna call it an early night though. But you got to keep on tuning in and rating some of these battle rappers. I thought that was crazy last night how you actually you ended up giving it to Bacardi.
You know what? He did good. He came. The thing about it, some of these rappers, they come way, way too aggressive. And it was kind of like, okay, let's watch the F-bomb. I mean, again, and the reason that is, I get it because the whole policy with YouTube, and then you have the whole thing where you have other kids that's coming on your live. You know what I mean? People that may be younger than what they seem to be.
Right.
So they're coming through your live, and I've noticed that they come through your live. Like for instance, Sterling, for instance, he was pretty young.
Right.
So you got to keep it PG-13.
Understandable. We ain't trying to be like Tory Lanez out here. You know what I mean? Got girls half naked.
Right.
Boosie talking about show me up right now for $1 million.
Yeah, you got a lot of people agreeing with you coming in here and voicing, Nipsey on your list. I really respect that. But also being one of your current favorite, because he has a lot of dope music out that
correct.
He has a lot of dope projects that he left us with. But Kat,
right.
Joining us tonight. We're gonna have you on again next time now that you've figured out the whole Bluetooth thing.
But yeah, I still got to work on that. But like I said, you're gonna have to try to catch me the best way that you can. But I will tune in. I will definitely tune in like I normally do. This was basically my first time doing this, so I'm kind of glad that I did that, because a lot of people who come through, even they come through my Facebook page or whatever, they don't think that they're actually talking to me. So it's like, you're fake, you're not this person. I'm like, okay. So it came to a point where somebody actually flew down, left her home state to come to my job to actually see if I was real. And when I came out, she couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, I trust me, I've been through it. I go through it a lot when people say they think it's not me when it's really me. So
crazy. You've got some fans in here, obviously, Kat.
Exactly.
We'll tap in with you in a minute, though.
Okay.
Man, that was dope. We got some more perspective. We got her top 5 there, Ryan. Last night I tried to ask her for her top 10 out the blue. you know, that's just kind of crazy sometimes to do. Like, oh, I did it to you, and then I did it to Majestic a few nights before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But it says a lot about who you're talking to. You know what I mean? So you could tell a lot for somebody's top 5 or top 10. It's a good question to ask.
Mike Larry, appreciate you tapping in, man. Appreciate you tapping in tonight. We just jumped on here to continue the podcast, to continue the vibe tonight. Obviously, we're going a little bit earlier tonight, but that's why we just wanted to jump on here and show you guys some consistency. And that was dope, actually, talking about Lisa Left Eye Lopez as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good to reflect, man, because she really was dope. I still put her in my top 5 female MCs of all time.
Yes,
without an album.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, 100%. I think without an album. Yeah.
Yeah, without an album.
Tragic that she didn't get to release that album with Death Row, but I mean, they had a lot of issues releasing albums.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to work when you're in jail, just like we were talking about earlier. Shit was in jail, he can't really call the shots the way he wants to.
So she was around during the Crooked Eye days, if I'm not mistaken. It was like Corrupt, Eastwood, Crooked Eye, Nina.
Corrupt
was the president at that point.
Yeah, he didn't end up leaving until later. And I want to say maybe PD Pablo.
Right. Yes, PD Pablo. Yes, he was on the cover of the magazine too with him, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, why couldn't Suge Knight get any real distribution? Why wouldn't nobody pick up his albums at that point?
Probably because he done lost to the 3 biggest assets, Snoop, Dre, and Pac. So I mean, after that, the investors probably like, Interscope was like, we're gonna go with Aftermath. You know what I mean? And then just crumbled after that. That and he was in jail. You know what I mean? It's hard to move from jail. Like you want your wife to be moving stuff, but your wife might want a new fur or a new car or a new, you know what I'm saying? So like the passion's not there to run the business when you got other people doing it for you. So I'm not blaming it on his wife, but I'm just saying it's hard to move when it's not you. When you want somebody else to move for you.
Why couldn't they get the Crooked Eye? Why couldn't they get the Crooked Eye album? Say Hi to the Bad Guy in Best Buy in FYE. You know what I mean? Why couldn't they get? You know what I mean? Why couldn't they get those albums on the shelf?
Right. I don't know what their finances was looking like, but I know all those spots. Like when you walk into those stores, like Sam Goody, FYE, how we used to back in the day. Each like when it's in alphabetical order where your album's at, you're paying for that spot. So if the spot ain't paying for itself, they would yank it off. You know what I'm saying? So it must have been financial. Had to have been. And then it's one thing not only just to pay for your spot on the shelf, you also got to pay for the marketing, for the advertisement, so other people know where to go and where to check it out at. You know what I mean? What good is the project coming out if don't nobody know to buy it? You feel me? And so many bridges were probably burned with, you know what I mean? Suge Knight ain't there to grease over those different deals that were made before, so probably fell short, couldn't do it.
What do you think? Do you think how many albums do you think the Lisa Left Eye Lopez project or the Nina project would have done on Death Row had they ever released it?
Shit, like how many would have sold?
Yeah, like 7,000 first week with the
more. Because I mean, you're coming off the R&B supergroup TLC, and that was her first album. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, she did she rapped on the Waterfalls track. She rapped on No Scrubs. She rapped on the Ladies Night with Lil' Kim and Missy Elliott and a couple other female rappers were on that track. So I mean, the hype off of that alone, if she would have launched her own solo album where it's just her rapping, bro, she might have went platinum out the gate. We never know. With the right marketing and publishing, you never know. You never know. She just made the wrong deal, messing with the wrong people. But at the same time, who's to say who's the wrong people? You know what I mean? Like she felt like Suge seen her vision and could really put it out there for her, and he fell short because he got locked up. You know what I mean?
So if he was out of jail, you think he really could have walked her into the right direction with that?
Oh, definitely.
You think Suge Knight and Nina would have been the Irv Gotti and Ashanti of the early 2000s?
Definitely. Because she was already getting away from TLC. She was already ready to do her own thing. And she's a double threat. No, she's a triple threat. She could sing, she could dance, and she could sing, dance, and rap. That's a triple threat right there.
Wow.
And she was beautiful. So it's 4. You know what I mean? No doubt in my mind, she would have been the superstar. If she never would have passed, a lot of people who stepped in her shadow wouldn't have made it. And I'll say it, I ain't scared. Sierra probably wouldn't be no Sierra. Yeah, I'd say Sierra. Sierra stole that whole bag.
Wow. Wow. So Ryan thinks that if Nina was if she had never passed, that Nina and Suge Knight would have run through the industry. Would she have really stayed with him though? Wouldn't she have cooked him to the curb and been like, thanks, peace?
I mean, well, with the way it played out with Suge, she wouldn't have had a choice. You know what I mean? But
Right.
if we're speaking hypothetical, then she might have rocked with him. You know what I mean? If he never would have went to jail and she was stood by his side. Just think about it. Remember Sierra's song, Oh, Round Here We Ride 'Em Slow, the song that featured Ludacris? There wouldn't have been no feature with Ludacris. She would have rapped that. You know what I'm saying? It would have been her rapping on her own shit that she's singing on, kind of like what Travis Scott is doing today. Like Travis Scott will hit you with 2 verses where he's singing, then on the 3rd verse he'll hit you with a rap. That's her blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing.
Yeah, it was too much. It was really too much gang. It was really too much crazy ass walking in and demanding shit going on back then.
The end of Death Row.
Yeah, that's how they did it, Ryan.
Yeah.
On demanding shit. But you know what, man? If you got a big superstar, that's gonna help you get through them doors a lot easier. You know what I mean? If they had no part. Exactly. If they would have had the means to release Nina and they would have went platinum out the gate, like you said, in 2 weeks, platinum, he would have been able to get releases for Crooked Eye, for Eastwood, or for Petey Pablo, more likely, but Crooked Eye and Petey Pablo, right?
Yeah. Those are the big winners.
What do you think about Eminem? What do you think about Eminem? All right, look at the situation. Suge had Spider Loc and he had Crooked Eye. What do you think about 50 and Eminem taking interest in both of those artists?
I mean, they're 2 West Coast artists, you know what I mean? So it could have worked. But then they actually ended up going with what's homeboy's name from Atlanta? Stat Quo. Didn't they end up going with him?
Only momentarily. They went with Stat. They went with Stat. Well, I mean, Crooked Eye was brought in as a part of Slaughterhouse.
Right.
Spider Loc was brought on as a solo artist on G Unit.
Right.
Stat Quo was given the same type of situation as 50 Cent.
That's what it was.
Stat Quo was brought in under Shady Aftermath. And I think that was just a sell. You know what I mean? Obi Trice was brought in under Shady, right?
Right.
So did Dre have Game was brought in under Aftermath.
Right.
So they had their different artists, right? Obi, Game, collaborative artists, 50 Cent, Stat Quo. 50 and Dre even collaborated. Guy Slim the Mobster, he didn't really make it anywhere. He didn't really make much of a name for himself. Can you think of any other G Unit / Aftermath artists, Ryan?
G Unit / Aftermath, where 50 and Dre were putting together for an artist.
The Game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Game. Let's see how that worked out. That would have been, if guys could just get along, G Unit would still be dominating the charts.
Yeah, if they could have just got along. Man, I just put on that Young Buck song. What Young Buck song do you think I was listening to today, Ryan? It's his best song that he's ever released.
Oh, man. I don't know. You and me feel different. Wait, first album or second album?
First album.
Okay. Shorty wanna ride with me?
Of course.
We can get low.
Ryan, chill. Don't be hitting that YouTube algorithm, bro, with your 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you ain't lying. Yeah, my bad. I'm new to the rules. My bad. I can't be singing this shit. My bad.
But yo, let me ask you, man, why didn't they just release Shorty Wanna Ride first? Why'd they slow him down with Let Me In? Why not just go right off? Why not just go his first intro with Shorty Wanna Ride? It's a classic beat.
Because Interscope was all of 50's butt at the time, and they felt like a song with 50 Cent and you being a G Unit artist that was the platform that they had. Just like with because who came first with G Unit? Lloyd Banks, right?
Banks, yep.
And he had the single I'm on Fire.
They all did. Banks, On Fire. Bucks was a little bit different though, Ryan. On Let Me In, what did 50 do? Didn't he just do the little intro?
Yeah, it was like the intro and the outro where he said the same thing. Yeah.
Still, same formula. Game comes out 6 months later, same formula. How we do, hate it or love it. They doubled up on the formula, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
They're like 50, we don't care. We'll pay you 2 times as much.
True.
Who gives a damn? Pay him 2 times as much. And then it fell flat with Yayo. But honestly, I think that's because they pushed his album back 3 months, Ryan.
Yeah, honestly, if he would have struck when the iron was hot, Yayo would have been, man, after Eminem with the free Yayo shirt, Yayo was the one in G Unit that was destined to do the best. You know what I mean? He had the most buzzed around him. He was the real one because he was locked up.
He was supposed to be better than the Game.
The way he was marketed, yeah, but Game was a whole nother monster, man. Because Game's not a G Unit soldier. You know what I'm saying? Game is a 50 Cent within himself, and I say that because Game's a real artist. You know what I mean? Game didn't need to be pushed. Game pushes himself. It's kind of the same way 50 Cent pushes himself.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna speak on that in another episode for sure. But Tony Yayo actually in an interview said that he wanted to sell 700,000 units. Tony Yayo said if he got to sell the amount of units that he wanted to, that he was going to go crazy, Ryan. And the amount of units he said he wanted to sell was 700,000. Somebody commented and said, oh no, Tony Yayo said he wanted to sell 700,000 overall. Ryan, what artist says they want to sell 700,000 overall? That is such an odd number to say you'd want to sell overall, right?
Big facts, yeah. Ew.
No. But Banks sold 445,000 units first week.
Damn.
Buck sold 261,000 first week.
Right.
Game sold 550,000 first week.
5.
Yayo wanted to sell 700,000. Why did he want to sell 700,000, Ryan? To top all of everybody else.
Right.
But still be under 50?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. No, man. The whole perception is whack. No.
Yeah, so you're saying you want to top everybody else but 50? Bro, your prerogative is wrong. You should want to top everybody.
Everybody. Domination, man. Yeah. I set my bar below my boss. What kind of shit is that? I'm sorry. What kind of crap is that?
So Ryan, where were these people that Tony Yayo was talking about? These 700,000 people that were going to come out in 1 week and buy his album.
Bruh. I don't even like the rollout of his album. I don't think So Seductive was the song that was going to make that happen anyway.
Break it down, Ryan. Tell him how you everybody knows that Tony Yayo was known for his G Unit verses. His verses alongside 50 and Banks, and probably everyone was interested to hear how Buck would figure in. So how would you have rolled out the Thoughts of a Predicate Felon?
My first single would have been I Know You Don't Love Me. Easy. Come out strong with the whole G Unit wave. Have everybody, you know what I'm saying, capture that energy. Because it's been a minute since a G Unit project had dropped by that point, because his album got pushed back 4 months. So yeah, I would have hit him with that straight out the gate. I Know You Don't Love Me. Get him with that. Boom. Then hit him with the not So Seductive, but the one I Don't Love. The place in I don't want to get the, you know what I'm saying, but that one, I would have put that one second. That would have got the ladies in tune. So now the first one, you got the group project. Now you got the streets involved. Now you got the fellas involved. Now you got even the clubs involved. Then you hit them with that R&B track. You feel me? Hit them with that R&B track to soothe over the ladies. So now you got the ladies paying attention to you. Now after that, now drop So Seductive. You get what I'm saying? Shorty So Seductive dancing on. That would have brought the album full circle and had and captured everybody. I just feel like So Seductive coming out first didn't capture it. Didn't get the streets. It didn't, like, they went straight for the clubs, but the clubs didn't really mess with Yayo like that. Yayo's more for the streets. You know what I'm saying? So first go with the streets, then go for the ladies, then go for the clubs.
Right. They went for the streets. They went for the street. I mean, they went for the clubs because G Unit was known for their pop, aggressive pop, hip hop shit. Yep. So they went for that first. They went for the club because that's what everyone else had the most success with. As we said, Buck had Let Me In first, but he had the most success with Shorty Wanna Ride With Me. Game, more success, I'd say, Probably not overall, but at the beginning, How We Do was a major smash. Disco Inferno, On Fire. You know what I mean? So they went with that stream. And then what do they do second? They do Curious. They did a love song second.
Curious.
So I really respect Ryan's thought on the way that they should have promoted Tony Yayo's album with first coming out with I Know You Don't Love Me. But if we just go back to my original theory, I think if they would have released Yayo's album on June 28th instead of October 28th, without 3 months, they would have capitalized on the success of So Seductive.
Yep.
Ryan, they ended up selling 215,000 units in 2005. This is a year later from Banks, when Banks did 440,000 units. Yayo came out and did 215,000 units. How many more units do you think Yayo would have sold, if any, had he come out in June instead of August?
Bro, he probably would have did more than what Banks did when he first came out. He would have been up there like where Game was, in my opinion. He would have, bro. I remember, everybody loved 50. Everybody loved Banks. Everybody grew to love Buck. But Yayo was that guy, man. Especially with the Chi Get the Yayo freestyle over the 8 Mile Road, bro. Had the streets on fire. I mean, everybody loved G-Unit, but Yayo was that dude we were waiting for. And the album, if he could have just captured a little bit of the buzz off of Eminem at the Grammys, he would have been a top-selling G-Unit artist. I think he would have did better than Buck and Banks. Maybe not Banks, definitely Buck. I think he would have been up there with Game.
So Ryan thinks that Tony Yayo probably would have pushed another 100 to 130 to 150,000 units had they released him on time.
Yep.
Now, Ryan, do you think they weren't ready with the CDs to go? Were they not ready with the CDs to go? Like, it seems to me with Suge Knight's situation that they didn't even have the funds to actually produce the CDs.
Right. Yeah, it's a whole distribution error.
Do you think they had those Tony Yayo CDs pressed up and they were just like, nah, let's just keep them in the warehouse for 3 more months?
Well, I know Interscope was never really behind 50 Cent pushing G-Unit like that. That was more of a Jimmy Iovine and 50 Cent. That's what they wanted. But Interscope as a whole didn't really want to push G-Unit. They wanted to push 50. You know what I'm saying? 50 had to move it around so they can actually push the G-Unit projects and then the individual solo albums. It wasn't until Game where they were like, oh, okay, yeah, you might be onto something. That's like when they started to swoon over to where he was at, or his point of view, or like 50's vision of, you know what I mean? Everybody being a big artist, not just him.
Yeah, it really got messed up because that second G-Unit album, first of all, I don't think it was supposed to be called Terminate on Sight. But second of all, it was supposed to be with Game, Yayo, Buck, and Banks.
Right. And half of the rollout promotion was Young Buck crying on the phone. Like they were kicking Young Buck out of the group. Now, I'm not really going to invest. Like the whole G-Unit squad thing is really what, that was really the selling point for him. So I don't really want to buy an album where the artist or in the group are actually beefing with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got Young Buck even on the album cover where he's there, but like he's turned away from everybody else. That whole perspective was whack, man. Sorry. And it was missing Game and it was missing Buck. Game and Buck are the big spitters. Yayo was the talk of New York. He's more like a hype man. 50 more for the hooks. So you know what I'm saying? Buck has bars, but he has the southern version of the bars. Game has bars, but he got the West Coast version of the bars. And Banks, he has the metaphors from New York. That was a full circle group, man. Like it was perfect. So any element not working in that group, it's not gonna work.
Let's just break it down like this, Ryan. The first G-Unit album, the first G-Unit album, Beg for Mercy, was more like the first 50 Cent video game compared to G-Unit Terminated on Sight being like blood in the sand.
I agree.
We're going to be back with some more perspective tomorrow. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. Ryan, drop your plugs. Let everybody know how they can get in touch with you, etc.
What up? It's your boy, Ryan B. He, homie coming straight from the Elm City. That's New Haven, Connecticut, for y'all that don't know. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat, all at Ryan B. Heezy. That's HYEEZE, just like you see below. All right, no spaces. Make sure y'all follow me. I follow back. I ain't on that bougie shit. Shout out Circle of Wealth. Shout out Majestic. Shout out Mikey T. I know what it is, man. Shut Your Mouth Music, Movie Star Entertainment, Report Card Radio.
You, man, definitely appreciate you tapping in, man. You know, we got a good thing going here. Everybody that's watching, go and get in tune with Ryan B, one of my co-hosts. Also follow our other co-host from St. Louis, Majestic. It's Majestic_314 on Instagram for everybody that wants to tap in with Majestic. And everybody out there, if you follow me on Instagram, Mikey T_the movie star, I will follow you guys back immediately. Like Ryan said, we're not on any bougie shit on this site. I appreciate everybody that came through and vibed with us tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the show. You know, we touched on a number of topics tonight, and that's what we plan on doing for the in the future. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Holla.